Encouraging. Spencer was brilliant. Thad was terrific. Drew, big three-point play, and we needed it. Big play. Give us a 4-point lead. And then we ran a play, and he had Spencer for a baseline jump shot that gave us a little cushion. Darrell, big first half. That's a tough team to play against. So great opening win for us. But to shoot 35%, 28% from three, I think we were 6 for 13, 1 for our last 12. And finding a way to win the game when they cut it to 1, the momentum was on their side. And we closed the game out, which is pretty exciting because I think you remember last year how difficult it was for us during the regular season to win close games. So this was a huge win. Spencer was our ace of spades, and it was nice to see our new guys out there and getting acclimated. Our crowd was great, and it was a wonderful night for us.
So even though you guys struggled offensively, you have to like the fact that that defense looked a lot like the defense you guys played last year.
Yeah, you know, and we think we can be better defensively because we're rangier. You know, we're a little bit bigger on the perimeter. You know, I don't play Spencer and Thad a lot, but tonight I was able to get away with a little bit because they didn't play Fareed much the last part of the game. So, you know, Thad was able to be in there, and we were able to do a good job rebounding. Thad made a couple really nice plays for us, ducking in off a couple sideline or a couple timeouts and getting scores for us. A couple nice drives. His quickness out on the floor and what he did. But you know, we think we have quickness, and the big thing for us, John, is going to be rebounding the ball. That's if we rebound the ball, we think we have a chance to be a terrific defensive team. We forced 22 turnovers tonight, had 24 points off turnovers. We had 13 steals, 21 fast break points, and we had 3 or 4. I thought we had a stretch in the game where we were up 13. I think we had 6 straight possessions where we could have blown the game open, and we did not score. We had good looks, and we could not get a basket, and they fought themselves right back in the game. Ty Lawson is so fast to try to keep him out of the paint. And Andre Miller, every time he sees the Sixers, he lights up the play.
You took 25 three-pointers tonight. That came in the flow. You were okay with how that went tonight? No, just a matter of...
I mean, you know, there's going to be nights we make 14 of them. You know, the nice thing about it is that normally when you shoot a lot of threes, it compromises your defense. You know, if you think about it in the history of the NBA, unless you got a huge shot blocker back there like Orlando did, usually teams that shoot a lot of threes means they quick shoot the ball or long shots, long rebounds. I thought our floor balance was good. They had 18 transition points, which is about on their average. They leak out. A lot of those transition points were off some of our turnovers, especially when we coughed the ball up. But, yeah, I mean, as long as they're good threes, I've got no problem with that at all, Bob.
Can spread the floor now on offense. Is offensive rebounding, I mean, you had 55 misses and only 14 offensive rebounds. Is that going to be an issue until Andrew gets
well,
to you?
You know what? I think one of the things with us is that, you know, we'll be judicious going to the offensive boards, Bob. Obviously, you know, when you miss 55 shots, you'd like to get more than 14 of them back. But we were so conscious about getting back on defense, especially when you shoot the ball and you got guys in the corners. Normally, teams that shoot threes are the poorest offensive rebounding. I think if you look at the San Antonio Spurs through the year, some of these teams, Houston Rockets, when they won championships, because they sell out to get back defensively.
When they cut it to 1, Doug, Holiday had 3 possessions where he came up big.
Yep.
As a coach, how does it make you feel to have a point guard in that situation that can calm a team down?
Well, you know, Jack, it's everything. You know, it's that guy in the huddle that's making the calls and making the plays when you're driving to score a touchdown or whatever, where guys are looking in their eyes and they believe in him. Our guys believe in Drew. I mean, he expended a ton of energy tonight. He played 41 minutes, and I had that ball in his hands a lot. And he got switches where he had big guys on him, he had rangy guys on him, he had the quicker guys on him. 11 assists, only 3 turnovers, 6 rebounds. And again, the play of the game is when he made that 3-point play. It stemmed the tide. And then we got a couple buckets to give ourselves a little cushion. But Drew was terrific, and that's why the ball is going to be in his hands. As I said before, I think that we're going to make him the quarterback of our team. We changed after the first day of training camp, and I said, I don't like what we're doing. We're going to get the ball in his hands. We're going to play off of him. I think he likes it. I think he likes that responsibility. And I think he's got a chance to be one of the top 5 guys in the NBA in assists this year. Especially, imagine if we made some shots.
Is that the way you want to run the offense generally? Did you get the shot? I mean, a lot of jump shots even inside the arc, and not as much inside. Is that how you want
Well,
to?
you know, they switched everything. I mean, you know, you got to give credit sometimes to defense. Like I always say, when you're playing, unless you're playing solitaire, sometimes you have to give the opponent credit. Sometimes they make you look that way.
When you see 5 blocks from Spencer, it seemed like he was more vertically assertive. When guys were coming in, he was
leaping. You can go ahead and say it. He was leaping.
Is that something that you're relieved to see from him?
Well, you know what I wanted to tell you guys. Last year, you saw Spencer to start the season, and one of the reasons we had a great start was because Spencer was terrific until he hurt his Achilles, and then once he hurt that Achilles, I mean, we really struggled. So, I mean, I want to keep his minutes. I mean, he had, 31 minutes tonight. But we were in a situation where Lavoie was struggling. And against this team, your big man has to shoot the ball because that big man's going to track the ball. That's why you can't get in the paint because they're going to build a wall. They basically play a zone defensively with all the switching. They're going to make you make jump shots. And Spencer, you know, he's got the freedom to shoot the ball. I'd rather him shoot a 3 than a long 2.
How has he accepted his role?
Spencer?
Yeah.
I think he loves it. I mean, Spencer is much more assertive to me offensively with that second unit shooting the ball. And excuse me. And I think he helps. I think it helps him being out there with Darrell and Nick Young. I think those 2 guys being out there with him. Those are 3 guys who can. You know, Spencer can make plays, Darrell can make plays, and Nick can really shoot the ball. You know, Nick hit 3 baskets tonight when we really needed him.
With that group, have you found that Spencer likes to take a lot of responsibility when it comes to rebounding? I mean, that's a smaller unit.
Well, I mean, you know, tonight they basically played small. I mean, you know, when they took Freed out of the game, they played Dre as a 4. Late in the games, Thad was matched up against him. They played Wilson Chandler as a 4 a lot. And so we were able to play a smaller lineup. It's what I told you before the game. I don't know that they had one possession where they had 2 bigs on the floor. The guy who killed us, you know, in the first half was Koufos and Fareed. They had 9 offensive rebounds in the first half. They got none in the second.